Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News starts now.
Authorities say they're investigating a death in Nevada that could be connected to the earthquakes in Kern County. We'll have details of what they're saying about this development.
Plus, the recovery efforts continue for the communities of Ridgecrest and Trona. We take a look at one of the buildings that was damaged ahead of a town hall this morning.
And a good morning to you. Thanks for tuning in to 23 ABC News at 4:30 on this Wednesday. I'm Mike Hart.
I'm Danielle Kernkamp. Let's start out with a quick check of your Wednesday forecast because after another below average day,
yes,
it looks like that was the last day.
She's smiling because she loves the heat. Yes. So today is right on track for average, and then tomorrow's just above average.
Okay.
And then the temperatures are just soaring.
There's that heat.
There's right that heat. So that big H is coming in from Texas, building over the Four Corners region the next couple afternoons. And you're going to hear a lot of talk about a tropical depression. We have some tropical development, maybe our next named tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico. Because of all of that action down in the Gulf, think down by Alabama, Florida, that's keeping this high pressure in place, which is then likewise keeping that storm up in the Pacific Northwest out of the way. So basically it's all bumper cars from east to west. Everything's just going to sit here parked in this pattern for the next several days. And that's why temperatures are starting to build today and then continue to climb the next several afternoons. So there goes that system to the north, continuing to lift to the north, leaving us clear, calm, and quiet, and in the 60s. Okay, not bad for the valley floor. Some 70s out on the west end, some 50s into Pine Mountain Club, the Tehachapi Valley area, and the top of Breckenridge. We have down in the desert some 70s for Ridgecrest and Mojave. A really nice morning, moderate air quality today. You see we get to the 80s by 10 a.m., mid 80s at lunchtime, mid 90s this afternoon. That's on track for average, but it's a hot one out there as we head into the end of your week, and this weekend really looking dramatic. I've even bumped up Saturday's temperatures, which were already incredibly hot as it was. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But if you need to get out the door, things on our passes moving along just fine here in Bakersfield. You're good to go. Just watch out for those cone zones.
Sheriff's investigators in Nevada are investigating a death that they say is connected to the recent quake in Kern County. Authorities are saying a man was killed in a small town near Las Vegas following that 6.4 tremor on the 4th of July. When deputies got to the scene Tuesday, they found a 56-year-old man deceased, pinned underneath a vehicle. The sheriff's office says the man was last seen at a gas station July 3rd, a day before that quake. According to officials, the death could be the result of that vehicle falling off a jack that was holding it up. They say the man appeared to have been working on the vehicle at the time of the incident. His identity has not yet been released.
Recovery efforts are underway in the city of Ridgecrest as several buildings and homes were damaged by the powerful quakes that hit the area. One in particular was the local movie theater.
That's where we find 23 ABC's Bayan Wang this morning, live with more on the damages and a town hall meeting that's set to happen this morning. Bayan?
Yeah, guys, that town hall is set to take place at the Trona High School at 10 a.m. The Ridgecrest police chief here telling me that there are still several areas out there without water, without gas, and some of the folks over there have been coming to the Kerr-McGee Community Center here where the American Red Cross has been providing basic necessities. And here in Ridgecrest right now, the police chief has confirmed that there has been 55 red tagged properties, meaning it's no longer safe to occupy. Still thousands to assess. I'm here right now at the Ridgecrest Community Cinema, and one of the theaters here on Friday after that second major earthquake collapsed. The manager here telling me that their folks are incredibly lucky. The audiences at home who would usually be out on a Friday night in the movie theater, they are very lucky that this place was closed. Of course, no major injuries, no casualties, and there are still thousands of other properties that the Ridgecrest authorities are still going to assess, and we'll keep you updated with those. Live in Ridgecrest, Bayan Wang, 23 ABC, connecting you.
Meantime, Kern County supervisors moving quickly to get more federal aid to the areas impacted by last week's earthquakes. A special meeting was held to ratify and officially proclaim a state of emergency for Kern County. During the special meeting, which lasted about 30 minutes, an official county fire gave a presentation on the response from emergency responders and a timeline of events concerning both quakes and the various aftershocks. Kern County Supervisor Mick Gleason, who oversees Ridgecrest in his district, spoke about how there's still a lot of work to be done out in that area. He recently visited and toured the areas affected over the weekend. He also mentioned his concerns about people who did not have earthquake coverage on their homeowners insurance. The declaration was approved by the board.
The earthquake also impacting our first responders and their families. The sheriff's office posting this video on Facebook as deputies discuss what it was like that fateful day last week.
So I just remember trying to run into the house to check the kids and my fiance, and as I'm going in, there was just glass going all over the place, and the pool was overflowing all over. I ended up grabbing my radio and monitoring the traffic while I was trying to get my family somewhere else, make sure my other family, my mom and dad and brother and everybody, and heck, all my partners here were okay too.
That was Deputy Shotwell from the Ridgecrest substation on his experience. He and Deputy Parsons are both from Ridgecrest and work to help their community through this incident. Shotwell said he had an even bigger obligation to go out and help the city he grew up in.
This moment of human kindness is sponsored by Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness.
Salty's Barbecue and Catering will be holding a special event tomorrow for those impacted by the earthquakes. It's called Night Cruisin' and is co-hosted by Diesel Mafia. It's happening Thursday night from 4 to 9 p.m. at the Salty's on White Lane. They'll be collecting items needed by those impacted by the quakes, including things like toiletries and baby food. Raffle tickets will be on sale for a chance to win a leather chair donated by R&D Leather Furniture. And we have continuing coverage of the quakes on our website, turn223.com. We have pictures and videos, many sent in by you, of the damage. We'll have information on the recovery efforts, how to be prepared for possible future disasters. You can stay informed through our mobile and tablet app. If you don't have it, you can download it for free. You can also stay up to date through our streaming platforms, Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Alexa, where we stream all of our newscasts and live reports.
In other news, the Bakersfield Board of Zoning recommending the city approve a permit that would allow alcohol sales at Reading Cinemas. 2 years ago, the City Council rejected Reading's application for a conditional permit due to issues with its renovation plans. The theater has since reapplied. Plus, other local theaters are now selling alcohol, including the AMC on California Avenue and Studio Movie Grill on Callaway. Reading Cinemas is located on Weibel Road near Valley Plaza Mall.
This evening, your favorite friends are in town. Those friends, Ross, Rachel, Monica, Chandler, Phoebe, and Joey, hitting the stage of the Fox Theater in Friends the Parody Musical. Or the musical parody, or yeah, you know what I mean. Doors open at 6:30. The show begins at 7:30. Tickets start at $23. They're still available at ticketfly.com. The show is described as a comedic musical that lovingly pokes fun at your favorite group of 20-somethings. Yeah, the show is recommended, though, for mature audiences.
It looks like fun.
Yeah, an old Friends fan myself, looking forward to that. So let's take a look outside where it's calm and clear right now. We are heading into a warming trend, so today's going to be perfectly average. We have a dry weather pattern as high pressure is building in from Texas. It's going to park itself over the Four Corners region for the next several days. So all of this wet weather continues to get pushed north, up and out of our way. So here at home, we are returning to sunny skies after seeing some high thin clouds the last several days. And with that comes a warming trend. These winds continue to die down. Right now, about 10 to 20 miles an hour in Jawbone Canyon, about 11 miles an hour in Keene. It's going to be a pretty quiet day, and so with that, air quality starts to climb as well. Still in the moderate range, but getting higher on the index. We're at 68 here in Bakersfield. That's a really nice temperature if you want to get out right now, get some chores done in the garden early this morning, and then you're going to want to head back inside because as we heat up, 96 is on the hot side. Now that's perfectly average. We're sunny and seasonal, but we know that we continue to warm up. So if you are heading to Friends the Musical tonight, it'll still be 93 degrees at 7:30, falling to those mid 80s as the show is wrapping up and you're heading back home. Overnight tonight, it's going to take us all night to fall to 70 degrees. And then heading into tomorrow, again, that high pressure continues to move toward our region. And with that, I think Bakersfield could hit 100 tomorrow. Much hotter for the weekend ahead. And we'll have that in your 7 days coming up next.
Coming up on 23 ABC, health officials reveal that there's been a measles exposure in Northwest Bakersfield. We'll tell you where this happened and when.
And several stores looking to take on Amazon on Prime Day. We'll tell you which stores are getting into the discount spirit. That and much more straight ahead. We're just getting started. 4:39 on this Wednesday. This is 23 ABC.
Welcome back, 442. And as we talk about our traffic, you know that we still have construction continuing up in Tehachapi along the 58. Also, this project here has some intermittent lane closures eastbound and westbound on the 202, more so on the eastbound side near Tucker Road. So be patient there, but we have seen it affecting westbound as well. Coming further out, that's our mountain project up and down the Grapevine. You're doing okay, but down here in the South Valley, construction continues on the 99 northbound with intermittent lane closures at David Road. It's David Road on one side, Copus Road on the other, and then also along the 99 near the 5 exit of the 166. So in that little branch there, construction continues as well.
In health news, Kern County public health officials are saying there's been a measles exposure at a Northwest Bakersfield hotel. The infected person was reportedly in Bakersfield over the 4th of July holiday. Health officials say that person stayed at the Doubletree Hotel on Camino del Rio Court last Thursday and Friday. Anyone who visited the Doubletree during that time period may have been exposed. Health officials say if you were at the hotel on those days, you need to be on the lookout for symptoms. If you don't show any beyond July 26th, health officials say you're likely in the clear from this illness.
Dentists are starting to research a possible link between vaping and tooth decay. One dentist who also does research at Stony Brook University in New York is leading the effort. He noticed cases where people with healthy teeth would come in with extreme decay and enamel wear after they started vaping. That dentist published his thoughts in a dental resource board and says he started hearing from several other dentists with similar stories.
Now to a recall. Ford is calling back about 58,000 Focus cars in North America to fix what they call a powertrain software issue that could cause a deformed fuel tank. The automaker said it was not aware of any injuries or crashes associated with this defect. It affects certain 2012 and 2017 Focus vehicles with 2-liter GDI engines, as well as 2013 through 14 Focus ST vehicles with 2-liter engines.
In other consumer news, several stores are putting on sales next week to try and share in the Prime Day spending spree. Amazon's Prime Day sales will focus mostly on electronics and novelty items. You need to have a Prime membership to get those deals, though. Target has sales for anyone, no membership needed. It will discount everything from furniture to kitchen tools to toys. Experts have good advice on how to avoid impulse buying a bunch of stuff.
And on these types of days, what I try and do is caution consumers into really stop and thinking about, is this a product I'm going to use? Have I had a felt need for this product before? Or is it the deal, just the high of getting a deal that's driving me?
Walmart and eBay are also offering discounts. Experts say the other sales do not threaten Amazon's profits since Amazon makes so much in Prime membership dues. They say that means Amazon probably won't get rid of the membership requirement for Prime Day.
Entertainment news. Actor Rip Torn has died. The Emmy Award winner was known for his work on stage and on the screen. He was most widely associated with his role as talk show producer Artie on The Larry Sanders Show. Torn earned 6 consecutive Emmy Award nominations for that role. He was also the coach, if you remember that, in Dodgeball, the true underdog story, and he was in Men in Black. Torn was 88.
Meantime, you'll soon be hearing Simba roar in theaters once again as the actors gathered for the world's premiere of the live-action film. The world's premiere was held at the Dolby Theater in Hollywood yesterday. The film, of course, features Donald Glover, who was born in Kern County and is voicing Simba in the film. Beyoncé lends her voice to Nala, and James Earl Jones reprised his role as Mufasa. The Lion King will be in theaters on July 18th.
Well, Netflix didn't tell consumers that life was going to be this way. They posted on Twitter that Friends will no longer be on Netflix. The streaming service said the one where we have to say goodbye, and they added that they're sorry to see Friends go to Warner Brothers streaming service at the beginning of 2020 here in the U.S. I mean, this is going to raise a big question. Are people going to keep Netflix? This is like one of the top binged shows on Netflix, right?
Well, now that people are cutting cable and you start paying for all these streaming services, does does it start becoming more than cable, and so people go back to cable?
So. There's so many.
There's so many. Yeah, we just have our antenna that we use for almost everything, but now that more is going off on Netflix, those questions come up. So let's take a look at it. Just a little bit of early morning light that we have out there as we look off to the east. Perfectly clear and calm on our roof camera this morning. We're in the 60s here on the valley floor. Over on the west side, they're still in the 70s there. Some low 70s down into Ridgecrest, Mojave as well. Mountains are in the 50s and 60s at this hour. And there's just a little bit of a cool breeze. You see that cloud cover is lifting to the north, leaving Kern County sunny and dry, not just today, but for the next several days. We have several patterns up to our north, but this big H here, that's the culprit. It built in from Texas. It continues to dominate today, taking over the Four Corners region tomorrow. And then it's just going to sit here parked right on through the weekend, keeping those Pacific storms that are trying to move on shore up and out of the way. And this one is staying parked because out in the Gulf of Mexico, we have a tropical system that we're watching that is also going to stay pretty stationary. So while we just sit here baking under this ridge, the big news for California is soaring temperatures. With the futurecast, you'll see those low clouds going up to the north. As a result, we're sunny, stable. Yes, that high pressure does try to drag in a little bit of cloud cover, a little bit of a humid feeling, maybe some summer monsoonal storms for Arizona. But for us here, it doesn't look like we have any cloud cover now this weekend, just soaring temperatures. Bakersfield's 96 today is pretty close to average. Tomorrow, 100, maybe 99, but I think we're going to get to that 100 mark because look at how this trend takes over. 103 by Friday, 107 now in the Saturday forecast, 104 Sunday, and then falling down to 102 and then 100 early next week as that high pressure slowly finally gets to push out of the way. And then a little bit of a fresh ocean breeze should take us down to 96 Wednesday. By then, that's just below average. Next Friday, that 98, that's right on track for average, and that's our warmest average of the year. 98 is where we top out, and then as the weeks go on, we'll slowly start to fall back down. But we still have plenty of 100s out there, even for our friends up in the Kern River Valley. 90s for the rest of the week. 101 on Saturday there up in Lake Isabella, 102 into Kernville. Tehachapi and Fraser Park, some 80s today and tomorrow, both trying to get to 90 by Friday. Your warmest day is Saturday at 93. Fraser Park will fall to the 80s faster than Tehachapi, but even through early next week, you'll see all of these temperatures are still well above average.
Still to come, you like to dance? Oh, so does Snowball. That's right, go on. Get it, we're gonna have details on, this tiny dancer next. 4:53 now, live pictures from New York City in about 90 minutes. Thousands start lining the streets to celebrate the U.S. women's national soccer team World Cup victory. Its second straight, fourth overall. Ticker tape parade set to begin at 6:30 Pacific time. We'll head down the Canyon of Heroes in New York and culminate at City Hall. Following the parade, the ladies will be flying to L.A. for the ESPYs, which air tonight right here on 23 ABC.
Cat lovers, it's your day to celebrate because today's National Kitten Day. July 10th is set aside to observe all the fluffy adorableness that is kittens. Although, let's be honest, for owners of kittens, every day's a holiday, right? But if you don't already have your own little fur ball to cuddle, you can head over to a shelter to adopt or foster one. Or if you don't want to do that, you can even start volunteering with a kitten rescue if bringing one into your home just isn't an option. Don't forget the catnip, though. And there's nothing wrong with just watching videos of their tiny explorations if that's your thing too.
Is that your thing?
No.
Okay. Most birds fly, some like to sing, but Snowball, the sulfur-crested cockatoo, loves to dance, but only to certain songs.
Another one bites the dust.
I can't tell.
Sounds like
Snowball's
he's singing.
Yeah, another one bites the dust, obviously, one of the favorites. Snowball lets loose with a series of head-banging, toe-tapping, wing-flapping sequences. Oh, my neck hurts just watching this. It's not all for show, though. Scientists have been studying Snowball's gestures apparently for a decade. See now, is he doing it, making up on his own, or let's get the foot going. They say he actually has 14 routines, one of which went viral in 2007 when he rocked out to the Backstreet Boys, Everybody.
Of course.
Yeah, Snowball's owner says he makes up his own steps, although I can't tell if Snowball's following the owner's moves or the owner's following Snowball's moves. We'll say Snowball's leading it.
Yeah. Okay, let's go with that. Well, take a look at this picture. One of these kids is not like the other. Do you see what I'm talking about? This is Levi, Logan, and Landon. Their mom took them fishing at the Children's Museum. They each caught one of these plastic fish there, and when she went to go take a snapshot of the moment, well, they all decided how they wanted to pose, and this has become a meme online. A lot of people saying every family has that one kid, and I know we all come from families with a lot of siblings.
Yeah.
Can you guys agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. My brother Bob.
I saw that a couple days ago because John and I haven't quite decided on baby number 3 or not. When I saw that, I was like, that's our third child. That's exactly what that is. Let's take a look outside where we see it is calm and clear right now. All of those storms, the cloud cover, the rain lifting up to the north for the next several days. So we're left with the 50s and 60s in the mountains right now, 60s and 70s for the valley and desert at this hour. But we're all building later today. It's an average afternoon now. Trying to get to 100 tomorrow, definitely in those triple digits. Friday into the weekend. Saturday looking to spike up to 107 and then a slow fall early next week. It looks like a fresh breeze finally re-arriving next Wednesday. Could take us down below average with 96, and then we're back up to 98 next Friday.
Coming up in our next hour of news, the Ridgecrest community showing its strength and unity with a special event. Details on the movie night that was held in Ridgecrest.
Plus, Bakersfield police cracking down on impaired driving. We've got the results from the latest checkpoint, that and much more in our first full hour of news. Keep it right here. This is 23 ABC.